Okay, everybody, cards on the table right now. It's the end of the year, so let's you and I be honest with one another just a little bit. Don't say you don't do it. Don't say, I could never see myself doing it. Don't say, oh, how could I possibly think of doing something like that? We all do it. We're humans. Get over it. Cut the BS. Are you ready for me to say it? You sure? Good. Everybody here, you, me, everybody, likes to include themselves in other people's business. We go out into the world, we see people driving, and we see them yelling on the phone, and we think to ourselves, oh my God, I could never yell on the phone. We go in the store, we see people getting into a fight, and we look at the fight, and we say, oh God, I would never get into a fight at Walmart like this. I'm trying to get my Charmin Ultra Soft toilet paper. We go to Starbucks, and we see somebody yelling, and we say, oh my God, I could never do something like that. And it's even worse on social media because everybody's letting their feelings out, and everybody's replying, everybody's retweeting, everybody has a think piece, everybody has something to say, and you have the right to say it, but make sure at least if we're going to do something in 2024, if we're going to do the weird thing where we say we're leaving this in 2023, let's bring new energy to 2024. How about instead of seeing something on social media and developing a think piece surrounded by people we don't even know, we just see them via a lens of a TV screen or a phone, we, instead of inserting ourselves, tend to actually just understand that we are not the same as someone else. Someone else has a different lifestyle than us. Someone else has a different lifestyle than another person and another person and another person. We are all not the same. I'm certain maybe a few of you might have seen or saw some tweets going around about a football player who's dating or is at least married, to my knowledge, an Olympian gold medalist gymnastic woman by the name of Simone Biles. And if you were not to see the video that's going around, you would think, based off these tweets on the screen, that this man in the year 2023 treated this black woman, the most disrespected group, in American history, like she was a rag doll that just wanted some dick. But if you actually watch the clip, it's a little bit different.
And I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics, I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, so I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched, so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get I had some likes on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this might be it. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app, like, hey, you know what I mean? And man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August, so I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched,
Jonathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down, so she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you're saying.
Because I was fighting it. So
in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year. I'm trying to, I'm like, it's kind of early. But, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it. And we hung out, man. It was like we hit it off instantly. We just laughed the whole night.
And when I sit there and I see it, and then I see all these people reacting, and I'm seeing a few people want to advocate for divorce or thinking that divorce is a good option, I'm sitting here wondering, are y'all blind or are y'all hurt by something else?
About being a woman is that you can literally be a gold medal Olympic winner, most decorated gymnastics Olympic woman, and you can still end up with a man who thinks that he's the prize. And seriously, like, he was like, no, I'm the prize. Like, she was chasing me. And not to say that, like, a woman obviously can chase a man, but, like, did they edit it? Did, like, he say really nice things and they just cut that part out because it wasn't as funny? Like, I'm begging, like, release the tapes. I'm praying, because what? And he claimed that he didn't know, like, who Simone Biles was. And you know what my favorite part about this actually is? My favorite part is that we're all still referring to him as Simone Biles' husband. I don't know his name. I don't know his name, because guess what? She's Simone Biles.
Okay, this is wildly outside of my normal content, but have you guys seen the interview with Simone Biles' husband? And I'm calling him Simone Biles' husband because I have no freaking clue what his name is. Couldn't give you a first name, couldn't give you a last name. The way this man talks about her is so disrespectful. So it starts out with him kind of saying that he didn't know who she was when they first met, I guess, which I find it hard to believe, but okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. But then he goes into talking about, he says so many times during this thing that she chased him. Okay, so feel chased and, like, don't talk about it in a disrespectful way, because that's totally what he was doing. And then once they started dating and people would, like, ask him to take a picture of the two, of, like, her with somebody else, you have to watch the video to totally get the tone behind this, but he would be like, you want me to take the picture? Like, still not appreciating her level of success and fame. And the thing is he's no different than a lot of men. Like, a lot of men do this, where they belittle their wives' interests, belittle their wives' careers, belittle, like, their wives' success. They don't respect them because, let's face it, most men do not like women. They just like having sex with women. But, like, I work for the same company as my husband, and people imply all the time that I got my job because of him. And I don't care. Like, I'll joke about it because I know I didn't get my job because of him. My husband will not let somebody even think that for a second. He will shut them down so fast. And, like, that's what you should do, because if you love and respect your partner, you should be putting them up on a pedestal, not trying to cut them down at the knees, which is what it felt like he was doing through that whole interview. And then apart from that, I mean, within the NFL, we're watching a very similar situation play out with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift at a much higher level. And that man has not said a single thing that could even be construed into a negative comment about Taylor. He's trying to keep their life private as possible, which I think is very respectful. But if her name comes up, he seems to have nothing but, like, bright, shiny things to say about her. And this man needs to take notes, because Simone Biles' husband is not where it's at.
Simone Biles does not bother anyone. She just flips and posts her man. And I follow her on Instagram, so I see her post her man plenty of times. But I have never heard that man speak until today. Free her, because she in the room with them. That's the delusional smile. That's the, my man got me dignitized. And I know what he's saying don't make sense, y'all, but I love him. I know that smile. I've done that smile plenty of times. I know, girl. I don't know. Like, I just want my man to be like, I laid eyes on her and I knew that my life wouldn't be the same without her. Anyway, y'all, you can be a gold motherfucking winning Olympic athlete. You could be Beyonce, and your man is still going to embarrass you. So think about it.
Simone Biles' husband is a walking red flag. This man got into a relationship with Simone Biles, and he's acting like she's the one who should be lucky. I believe that he didn't know who Simone Biles was. Like, think that he has a little bit of jealousy towards his wife. He centered so much of their love story around the fact that she chased him. And here where we're all just like googly eyes for, you know, a mediocre man who doesn't actually like see us as a person. And it's so easy to just be like, oh my goodness, he can do no wrong, and make a lot of excuses. Kind of look at that type of talk as funny or endearing. He was low key dissing her multiple times in this interview. And men do this all the time. If you read between the lines of this podcast interview, it's just like actually sad more than anything. Also, he made her drive to see him. This is crazy to me, because if a guy actually wants to see you, he's going to go the distance to see you. I went on a date with a guy that drove 2 hours. 2 hours. It was a 4-hour round trip to go on a first date with me, a coffee date. I have no judgment towards Simone at all. I think that this is just like very common in a lot of relationships. It's just like insane that a man that is married to Simone Biles would talk like that. Like, the enthusiasm was not there. People have way more enthusiasm for talking about their pets than he did talking about his wife. And I'll say, I listened to the podcast and I really loved his story. He was very vulnerable. He seems like a good guy, but I'm just so bothered by the way that he's talked about Simone in this. There are so many men who are okay with their baseline of happiness just being so low. So they'll stay in relationships with people that they don't actually like that much. And I think a lot of men just aren't happy, and instead of, being honest with that with their partner, they're just mean. I don't doubt for a second that he loves her. I do wonder, how much does he like her, Simone as a person? I just wish that he would talk about that more. I'm also just tired of men being so unenthusiastic about the person that they're with. I'm like, if you don't feel excited and happy to tell people about your partner or your relationship, when you love someone or even just something, when you talk about it, you're able to feel it from the other person. It's just oh my goodness, this person loves that thing, and you know it for sure. And you don't have to question it at all. But this man is making us all question, does he even like her? And that means that his enthusiasm to be with Simone Biles is too low. Anyways, if I'm ever in a relationship with a man who has any sort of tone close to this when talking about me or our relationship, I'll just go find a different one, because this type of tone, this type of attitude, not it.
And I know the gimmick with dating nowadays is to sit in a chair or sit in a room or sit in your bed and listen to single people give their opinions on dating, even though they're single, they're not in relationships, they can't date anybody because they don't have charisma or riz, they don't have anything to actually bring to the table, they don't have anything worth anyone's time, they're all just single spouting nonsense and bringing strippers on their shows, thinking that these strippers equate to a modern woman in the here and now, which is absolutely bullshit. I don't care what any of you say about that. That don't correlate. 2 + 2 = 4, and somehow y'all got 69. But it's weird how so many people jumped into 2 grown adults relationships just because they got personally offended by somebody saying something they didn't agree with. Oh, I would want my man to do this. I would want my man to do that. I wouldn't want my woman saying this. I wouldn't want my woman saying that. Y'all are not them. Those 2 people are married. I think they were on Instagram today as I was recording this, basically saying, fuck all y'all and y'all think pieces. Y'all not in their house. Y'all not in their lives. Y'all don't know what they do. While y'all sitting there with your fingers saying, I will not actually stand for this, they are rubbing fronts trying to make Little Gymnastic Junior or Little Gymnastic Missy. While they're living happy, y'all are living miserable. And I get it. Misery loves company. And there's this infatuation with always wanting to put yourself in somebody else's business. Like I said, I do it. I'm not ashamed of it. I sit there and I insert myself in situations that have nothing to do with me, with strangers I will never meet in my fucking lifetime. And it's sad. It's human nature. We all do it. That's why we're at the table. And I know what you might say. Oh, well, you're a man. You don't understand how disrespectful this actually is. You don't understand how wrong he is for saying that. And my counter to you is the same counter I always have. And it's a woman in the here and now, a modern woman, if you want to call her that, trying to give her opinion or giving her opinion outright about how weird you people tend to be. Moral?
First of all, before I start this rant, I got a Leon video playing in the background because I love Leon. All right, so if you aren't subscribed, subscribe. What are you doing? People are mad, and people are mad because they're lonely. And my thing is, this story has come out before because I've heard this before. All right, so this isn't really new. Maybe it's just new to other people, but I definitely have seen this story before. Oh, actually watch the interview. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what he said, okay? I mean, what do you want him to lie? I mean, what do you want him to do? Not tell the truth? Okay, he didn't know who she was. All right, okay. Half of y'all probably don't even watch the Olympics like that. Y'all are fake fans, okay? Y'all probably barely know what Simone Biles does, okay? You're like, okay, she's a gymnast. Have you watched anything that she has done? Okay, besides read the headlines that she is, surpassed this milestone, this, that, and the third, okay? Do you really know? Are you really a fan? I don't think so. I don't think you're actually a fan. Lonely females, to be specific. Lonely black females, to be even more specific, okay? Are going online and saying, oh, she needs to divorce him. Oh, he's really playing my girl. Da 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 da. Y'all, see, this is why the internet is a blessing and a curse, okay? because people can create their own narrative and push it online, and people genuinely actually believe it, right? So like whenever I first saw the clip and I was reading what the tweet was saying, you know, obviously bashing the guy, I almost fell for it. I really did. I almost fell for it. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is he acting like he better than her, or why he acting like he really didn't know her? Is he lying? Da 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 da. And this is what I mean when I say, and look, when I say this, I'm not trying to say that these people are deliberately trying to do this, but this is what emotional manipulation looks like, right? And I genuinely believe these females actually believe what they're saying. I'm not saying that they're lying or anything. I do believe they believe what they're saying. But I was looking at the clip and I was reading what the tweet was saying, obviously speaking on him in a negative light. And I'm like, oh, wait, maybe I actually feel this way about the clip. You know, like maybe what this headline is saying is actually true. Maybe he really is trying to play my girl. Like, what is he saying? But really, in reality, if you actually watch the full clip, there's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But the females are going online and they're talking about it and they're having issues. Why? Okay, he didn't know who she was. He didn't know her. Okay, like what's the issue? Like, literally, you have seen every other picture, every other video of them, and they seem very happy with each other, okay? But now y'all want to pick this one clip, and y'all want to go online, and you want to make it seem like something's not right. No, what's not right is the way that you're thinking, okay? That's what's not right. Same thing has also happened with other artists, right? Or other, public figures. For instance, like Halle and DDG. Look, I don't like DDG. I really don't. I mean, you could ask me why I don't like him. I really don't know. I just don't like the man. I just don't like him, okay? But people always try to bash Halle and DDG's relationship and try to make it seem like what's going on with them isn't real, or like she needs to leave him, da 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 da. But I see this consistently happening online, and it's just like, first of all, mind y'all's business. That's one. But second of all, y'all always try to project yourself. And it's very clear when you are projecting, okay? At least it's clear to me when you guys are projecting. And I can see that with this situation with Simone Biles, like I was also correlating it with DDG and Halle. You guys are just lonely. I just don't know what else to say. Y'all are lonely. Y'all don't have anything better to do. And it's evident. It shows. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the clip, but you guys are making it seem like this man is thinking that he's better than her or something. If you actually watch the full clip, he also talks about how they go to some cookie spot and everybody is asking to take pictures with Simone, and he's like, wait, okay, so she actually is the real deal. Like, he really didn't know who this woman was. And then he's also giving her flowers, saying like, okay, like she really is about that. Like, people actually know her. People are doing their thing. Even if that wasn't even a part of the story though, like there's really nothing wrong with what he said, but y'all are just finding anything to say and then expecting people to agree with you. And the thing is, people do agree. And this is what I also don't like about the internet, is that you guys form a narrative, right? Or you say your opinion, which is fine. You can say your opinion. There's nothing wrong with saying your opinion, but this is how scary the internet is that this one opinion has a domino effect, right? Now everyone is like, okay, wait. Maybe that is how he's thinking. Or wait, maybe something really isn't right with this situation. When in reality, y'all are just dumb. I don't know how else to say it. Y'all are just dumb. Y'all are just making up stuff. And there's really nothing wrong with what happened.
Don't gotta be this serious. You can't be that bitter. I understand everybody's got their want to be fantasizations about life and how they want life to go for them. But have that for yourself. teach that for yourself. Have those delusions for yourself. Everybody else is trying to have some form of happiness in their life, whether it be by themselves, whether it be with somebody else, whether it be with family, whether it be with friends. It ain't got to be this constant need to consume all this random negativity from all these people who claim to be gurus of dating. Yet, as I said, they got no amount of pussy coming in. They got no amount of dick being put in them. And it's sad how many people actually consume that, and they're built based off that negativity to the point where they start spreading that around. I hope we can all come to an agreement that this is something that we should leave in 2023, or you can continue being the delusional little weirdo who thinks they know everything about strangers that they'll never meet on the internet and continuously give hot takes that you think are right, when in reality, nobody who actually is involved in the situation actually gives a fuck about what you think. Subscribe to not only me, but to Moral as well, and we will see you all in the next one. I believe this might be going up on Christmas Eve, so to everybody who's watched to this point, may you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you're celebrating. I hope you enjoy the day, whether if you with family, whether if you with friends, whether if you by yourself. I hope you can look up in the sky and say, today, if there's anything that's going to be about today, it is a good day. Mwah! Goodbye.